Good Monday morning to you, Tara. Good to see you at graduation. And again, congratulations on a good year. Let's finish well, finish hard. And as you told me at graduation, you're all by your lonesome there in the classroom. So sorry about that. But um, again, we're going to shoot for a 35-minute video. I'm going to go fast. There'll be times that you will pause the video. And also, sometimes I know things happen. Maybe the video gets started a couple minutes late, or you have to whatever. There might be an announcement over the PA and you got to stop the video. But for any whatever reasons, 35 minutes, please, of your undivided attention. My stopwatch is already running, and here we go. If you'll please turn to page 461, number 13. I have so far given you 2 good, thorough days of review, and we'll have 2 more good days today and tomorrow, and also. Or not also, but make sure you study all the material I've given you. You can do really well on this exam. I'm not picking super hard or super easy stuff. I'm just going through the basics of what we've learned, and I'm just trying to reinforce that in your mind and help you get ready for the test. Now, remember, every formula that you need, like for example, as I'm rambling on right now, you should turn to page 461, number 13. Every formula that you need for the test, like this one here, let's see, I think it was 180 n minus 2. That's a formula, and that's the formula for the sum of interior angles. So you'll need that for this problem, because you see, Tara, on the test on Thursday, I might not give you one that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. The one I give you on the test might have 6 or 4 or 7 or 8, okay? So you need to know this formula. Okay, page 461, number 13, find the measure of angle 1, or in this case, I called it angle X. Now, Tara, listen, the only way to find this missing angle is to know what all of these angles added up should be. Well, this polygon has 5 sides, okay? For example, you know how a triangle always adds up to 180 degrees if you add up all the angles on the inside, angles 1, 2, and 3? Well, for any concave polygon or convex polygon, you can use this formula right here, and it will tell you the sum of all the angles on the inside. Now, n stands for the number of sides. So this polygon has 5 sides. So where n is, I would substitute 5, because there's how many sides over here? 5 sides. 5 minus 2 is 3, so I have 180 times 3, which is 540. So now we know when I add up all 5 angles here, I should get 540. So I'm going to take the 4 angles that I know, 121, 100, 124, and 104. I'm going to add those up quickly, 9, 4, 449, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract that from 540, because I know that all 5 angles added together should equal 540. So I'm going to subtract this out very quickly, and I will get 91 degrees. So I know that X, this angle right here, has to be 91 degrees. And how could you check your answer? Add up all 5 angles, excuse me. Add up all 5 angles, and you should get 540 degrees. And you do. So know how to do that on your final exam. Okay, moving on. On page 462, number 21. Page 462, number 21. On the test, I'm going to ask you to find the area of triangles. Isn't that easy? That's pretty simple. And you should have learned this since you've been in middle school. It's very simple. Area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. Now take it to the bank, Tara. Again, we're on page 462, number 21. Instead of writing down the drawings, Tara, let me give you a little word of advice, okay? Instead of drawing all of these drawings that I have, just write down the page number and the number and the work, and you can go back and study later and look in the, I mean, your book should be open right now, but you go back and study later and look at the picture. That's why I'm giving you ones out of the book, so you don't have to take time and draw these like I had to do. Now take it to the bank, Tara. On the test, I'm going to put numbers all over the place. I'm going to put a 10 here and a 12 here, because I want to make sure that you know which one of these is the base and which one of these is the height. So if I want you to find the area of this triangle, it'd be 1/2 and then times the base. Well, here's the base right here, That's the base of the triangle, 13. And then the height of the triangle. The height is the perpendicular line, the line that's perpendicular to the base. The 10 is not the height. The 12 is not the height. The 9 is the height, okay? And if you multiply all three of those together, I'm doing this in my head, you should get 117. I think you're going to get 58.5. So 58.5. And if you look at number 21, it's centimeters, so area is always squared. So 58.5 centimeters squared. And that's how you find the area of a triangle. All right. Again, I'm going fast. You can always pause the video. Okay, moving on. If you're looking now at page 465 or 462, number 25, this is the area of a parallelogram. All right. A parallelogram. And the formula is this. Area equals, and by the way, on your cheat sheet, you're welcome to write area of parallelogram. That's totally fine. You just can't write down what the letters stand for. Like on the last problem, you can't write down B stands for base and A stands for height. You have to know that. Okay, area of a parallelogram is pretty simple. It's base times height. That's it, okay? So, obviously the base is 8, so 8. And the height, well, the height is not 10. The height has to be that perpendicular distance. The distance is perpendicular to the base, this right angle right here, okay? So the height is 7. So what is the area of this parallelogram? 56. It's feet, so 56 feet squared. That's it. I'm telling you, Tara, if you'll take really good notes, have a really good formula sheet, there's no reason that this should be one of your harder exams you're going to have to take. And I'm all for hard exams to an extent, but this is not going to be one of these exams that are super, super, super difficult. If you'll just have the formulas written out, know what each variable stands for, and of course study all the notes I've given you on this review. Okay, I want you to know how to find the area of a rhombus. Area of a rhombus, okay? Now, the formula is 1/2, are you ready? Diagonal number 1 times diagonal number 2. Now, and again, you should be turning in your book and following along. Page 462, number 27. I have a question for you, Tara. If I were to draw a diagonal like this, how long would the diagonal be? Well, it would be 9. See this? They gave this measurement down here. What they're saying is this diagonal is 9. That's what they're saying. And if I were to draw a diagonal right here, how long would that diagonal be? Well, 5. 5. So all that you have to do to find the area of a rhombus is take 1/2 times one of the diagonals, we'll call it 9, times the other diagonal, which is 5. So that would be 1/2 times 9 times 5 would be 22.5. I did that in my head. Let me check and make sure that's right. What number is that? 27. Yes, 22.5. So 22.5, and I believe it's inches, and we're dealing with area, and area is always squared. So 22.5 inches squared. All right. Moving on, let's take a look at the next problem that we're going to do, and that would be page 463, number 33. Page 463, number 33. And this is the area of a trapezoid, okay? So take notes however you want to here, area of a trapezoid. And you're welcome to write on your little cheat sheet for your test, area of trapezoid equals, okay? And that formula is this, 1/2 times the height, and then parentheses, base 1 plus base 2. Now I intentionally gave you one that's totally twisted and moved around there a little bit. And let's see, I don't think it's all, it's not tied together. So let me very quickly change that here. Give me 1 second, please. There we go. Now, understand something, please, Tara. Listen to me. The bases are not the sides that necessarily are running left and right. The bases in a trapezoid are the parallel sides. The parallel sides. So it might help you. Hopefully you can see this, Tara. This side here is parallel to this side here. So those are your parallel sides, okay? Now since we know that, it might be easier to take this thing and turn it. It's up to you. And turn it a little bit. And then, that way it's kind of easier to see the bases. And this is a 3, obviously, and a 4 and a 2. But anyways, here's how you find the area of a trapezoid. 1/2 times the height. Now the height is right here. It's that distance or that height that's perpendicular to the base. So the height is 2. And then, of course, your base plus your base would be 3 plus 4. Okay? Now, if you go ahead and do all the work on this, you would have 1/2 times 2 times 7, because 3 plus 4 is 7. And you end up getting 7. And let's see what the measurement is. It's meters. So 7 meters squared, because 1/2 times 2 times 7 is 7. So 7 meters squared. So this is the formula that you need to know for your test when it comes to finding the area of a trapezoid. Okay? Area of the trapezoid. Excuse me. Moving on. Now, page 463, number 35. Page 463, number 35. Let me grab a drink of water here. And moving on, here we go. This is the formula you will need to know for your test. Circumference of a circle equals pi d. So with that in mind, I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that, Tara. For pi, I'm going to substitute 3.14. And for the diameter, now be careful, the radius is 13. So the diameter all the way across has to be 26. 13 and 13. So the diameter is going to be 26. And now if we multiply those together, and I think they rounded to the nearest whole number in the book. They're getting 82. I'm going to tell you exactly what you should get. Let me grab my calculator. 3.14 times 26, 81.64. Now on the test, I've not been that picky where you round, but just to make sure you're typing it in correctly, 81.64. Now circumference doesn't mean area. Circumference means the distance around. In other words, like the perimeter, okay? And so we just simply call this inches. It's not going to be square inches. It's not going to be cubic inches. It's not area. It's not volume. It's circumference, okay? All right, this is the formula you need to know in order to find the circumference of a circle. All right, let's go on to the next problem. Okay, page 463, number 38. Page 463, number 38. Let's find the area of this circle. The area, all right? Now, the area of a circle is this. Area equals pi r squared, okay? So, wow, with that in mind, again, it's just pretty much a calculator problem. Pi is 3.14. And the radius, now if the whole diameter all the way across is 14, then that obviously means you have a radius of 7 and a radius of 7 to give you 14 all the way across. So your radius is 7. Now please don't think that 7 squared is 14. 7 squared is 49. So you really have 3.14 times 49. And I'm not going to use the book answer because they've rounded a little bit. You'll get 153.86. 153.86. Now this is area, so we're going to say centimeters squared. Centimeters squared. Okay? So this is the formula here you need to know to find the area of a circle. Area of a circle. Okay, let's continue on to 525, number 9. Now, I know we've made some pretty good time so far, and we've moved pretty quickly. The problems are going to get harder. I want to warn you. Excuse me for yawning. We're going to get into the surface areas and the volume and that kind of stuff, and so it is going to get a little more difficult. So please understand that and hang in there. Okay, and so here we go now. We're moving on to chapter 9, page 525, number 9. Now see if you'll turn there, Tara, and I really want you taking notes on all this stuff, okay? If you'll turn there and make a note in your notes about where we're at, you won't have to write this drawing. You won't have to draw this picture, okay? um, because you've got it right there in the book, okay? All right, the directions say for us to find the surface. Okay, the computer or the mouse is freezing up here, so give me just 1 second. I'm going to pause the video and see if I can't fix this. All right, let's see if that helped a little bit. Here we go. All right, they want us to find the surface area of this solid here, rectangular prism. Now, look, I'm going to keep it pretty simple on the test, okay? This is a rectangular prism. It obviously has 6 sides. It has a top, it has a bottom, it has a front, it has a back, it has a left, and it has a right. Or left and a right. So all that we have to do to find the surface area is find the area of each side. For example, I could say, okay, top, bottom, right, left, front, and back. And it is so easy to find the areas of those, Tara. It's very, very simple. Now, let's find first of all the area of the top. I'm going to take my marker here, and I'm going to highlight the top for you. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There's the top side. So we have, if this is a 5 down here, then we know obviously this has to be a 5 right here. And if we know this is a 3 right here, then we should know this has to be a 3 up here. So the top has an area of 15. And think about it. If the top has an area of 15, then this bottom face down here, it also has to have an area of 15. 3 times 5, length times width. All right. Now let's look at the right side. Here's the right side. I'm going to highlight it for you. There it is. It's a 3 by 5 rectangle. So the right side is also going to have an area of 15. And if the right side has an area of 15, then the left side also is going to have an area of 15. The exact same thing. And now the front. Let me highlight the front for you. Here's the front. Okay, there's the front. And so obviously, if we have a length of 3 here, if this was a 3 right here, then this right here also has to be a 3. So the area of the front, 3 times 3 is 9, which would also make the area of the back 9. And that's it. On a rectangular prism, Tara, you're to simply find the area of each face and adding them all together. So we would have 60, 69, let's see, 78, I believe. Now it's surface area, and so because it's area, we're going to have square measurements, so it's going to be feet squared. If you'll look in the book, you'll see we're dealing with feet, okay? So 78 feet squared. Let me grab a drink of water here. Okay, moving on. So I am going to give you some on the test where you have to find the surface area of a rectangular prism. It's very important you know how to do that, okay? All right, let's continue on to the next problem. Okay, page 525, number 10. Page 525, number 10. I'm going to ask you to find the surface area of a cylinder. The surface area of a cylinder. Now, here's the formula, and you definitely want to know this. Let me look at my notes here just to make sure I'm getting it right myself. Okay, the surface area is 2, or the surface area of a cylinder, the formula is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. There we go. That is how you find the surface area of a cylinder. Now, to be honest with you, if I give you one like this in the test, my advice to you, if you want to take my advice, is I would turn it. And actually, I think I turned it probably the wrong way, but there we go. It makes a little more sense like that. But I think that helps you see. Let me fix this 3 and the 6. So there's your 3 like that. And here's your 6. I think it helps you see the height a lot better, Tara. But anyways, here we go. Surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r. So we have 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 3, and that's squared. I'll have to write real small here, plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 3, times the height, which is 6. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to go ahead and work with my exponent. So I have 2 times 3.14. Now watch this, times 9, because 3 squared is 9. And then plus 2 times 3.14 times 3 times 6. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this multiplication problem here, bring down my plus sign, and see what I come up with, okay? Let me grab my calculator real quick, and we would get this right here, 56.52. 56.52. Now, let's go ahead and multiply these together over here. And I'm getting 113. I'm doing it quickly, so hopefully I'm not making a mistake. 113.04. All right, let's add these two together. And I'm getting 169.56. Now it's surface area, so we do want square measurement, so it's going to be inches squared. All right, now Tara, again, you're going to have to know what the variables stand for, but you're welcome to write on your cheat sheet, surface area of cylinder equals, and then write this down. You are more than welcome to have the formulas written down, because we're going to have a truckload of these. We're going to have so many of these, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this next problem, page 526, number 14. Page 526, number 14. Can't believe I'm getting sick again. This is crazy. Usually it's not like this, but that's how it is. All right. Find the surface area is what the directions say. So what we're doing here is we're finding the surface area of a pyramid. All right. Surface area of a pyramid. Now, the formula that you will want to use for this is this right here. Surface area. And again, sorry about that. My computer's doing some weird things. Actually, I went shopping for one over the weekend. A new computer, just didn't get one because just not ready to do that yet. But this thing's on its last leg. Okay, surface area equals B plus 1/2, and then P, and then L. Now, if you want to real quick, Tara, draw so or write, take some notes. That's up to you. But B is area of base. If you want to make now on your cheat sheet, you can't write that down. But if you want to write that down now, so you can study later. Capital B stands for area of base. Capital P stands for perimeter of base. And L stands for slant height. And I intentionally chose this problem right here because I did not want you to have the slant height. Okay? And so, and that's good because we need to practice that. So, all right, here we go. So let's go ahead and use this formula. Let's really take our time. Okay, Tara, here we go. Area of base. Well, let's come down here and let's highlight the base. Here's the base. I'm going to highlight it in red for you. There's the base. Looks like a square to me, Tara. 6 by 6 square. So how do you find the area of that square? Well, 6 times 6. So my B is going to be 36. So this B right here is 36. Now, next I have a 1/2. Well, that's easy enough. Oh, and now next is perimeter of the base. Well, I've got a side of 6, a side of 6, a side of 6, and a side of 6. So 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 6 times 4, is 24. So my perimeter is 24. Hopefully you're seeing where that comes from. And now my slant height. This is so hard for a person like me who's drawing challenged. I don't draw very well, but I intentionally did not give you the slant height. The slant height is if you were on top of this pyramid and you dropped a rope down the side to a friend of yours who was standing down here. Okay, there we go, stick person, and they're going to climb up the side of the pyramid. That's the slant height, okay? And so we have to find that slant height. Now here's how you do it. Please watch. Go ahead and draw the slant height. You can draw it in your book really, really lightly with a pencil and erase it as soon as we're done. What I can do is I can draw a right triangle. Look at that. And now think about it. Please watch this, Tara. What is the length of this whole side right here? 6, right? Now I know my drawing's not the best and it doesn't look like this point's right in the middle, but it's supposed to be. So if this whole length here is 6, then this length right down here is going to be 3. It's going to be half of 6. It's supposed to be right here in the middle. And technically, to be honest, I'm going to redraw this triangle. I mean, really, it should be going straight across like this. And the slant height should be hitting it right there. Okay? So this is a length of 3. So our triangle looks like this, Tara. Our triangle has a height of 4 like that. Here's our right angle. And then going over a base of 3. So we have to find the slant height. Well, it's a right triangle, and we know 2 legs, so why in the world could we not use Pythagorean's theorem? I mean, we can. So leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. There we go. So 16 plus 9 equals 8 squared. That's 25 equals 8 squared. Take the square root of both sides, and 5 equals h. Now, I know you're really good at doing that. You've done very well on those types of problems on your tests and quizzes. So we know that it's 5, so we come over here, and this is a 5. That means my slant height right here is 5. So now, L right here, see this L right here? That means slant height, so your slant height is 5. So you put a 5 right there. And now it's just a calculator problem. We have 36 plus 60. With your calculator, if you take 1/2 times 24 times 5, you will get 60. And now add those together and you'll get 96. Now it's surface area, and so it is going to be square measurements. So it's going to be square feet. Square feet. I told you the problems were going to become more difficult and longer. Excuse me for a second. And that's the case. Okay, they are going to be a little longer and take a little more time. Okay, and I'm not sure. I think I've kind of lost track here on my stopwatch. Something happened; it shut off. So if this video ends up going too long, I'm sorry, but I think I had left about, I don't know. Probably about 10 minutes, I believe. I hope that's right. If not, Tara, excuse me. I apologize, okay? But the more we do today, the less we have to do tomorrow anyway. So, okay, so this is the formula for surface area of a pyramid. Now, page 526, number 15. I want you to be able to find the surface area of a cone. The surface area of a cone, all right? So let me help you. Let me help you by giving you the formula, and of course you're welcome to write this on your sheet of paper for your test. The surface area of a cone is area of base, so that's capital B, plus pi r L. Again, that L stands for the slant height. Now, really, to be honest with you, Tara, you probably want to flip the cone, because the base, I'm not sure, that's not going to work, is it? So just give your old teacher just 1 second here to do that. All right. I would flip it, Tara, because now you can see a lot easier what your base is. Your base is a circle. Okay? Now I'm going to fix these numbers real quick. This should be a 6. It's upside down. And of course the 8 is still the same. So there we go. So now it's a lot easier to see my base is really a circle. So are you ready, Tara? Let's find the surface area of a cone. Here's the formula. Well, look at the first thing that you do. The first thing you do is you find the area of the base. That's what capital B stands for. Well, my base is a circle. You can see it right here. Now, how do you find the area of a circle? Well, we learned this we learned a long time ago. We reviewed it just about 10 minutes ago. In order to find the area of the base, if it's a circle, I'm going to go ahead and put this for B. I'm going to put pi r squared, because that's how you find the area of a circle. And then plus pi r L. Now, before I start making some substitutions here, Tara, for pi and r, look over here. I'm going to have to find the slant height sooner or later, right? And I don't have it. I've got the regular height, but not the slant height. So I'm going to have to draw a triangle, just like I did before, that hits right down here, like that. My drawing's not perfect, but you get the idea. And we're going to have to find the slant height. So my triangle looks like this. I've got a measurement of 6, a measurement of 8, and I'm missing the hypotenuse. So real quick, I can say leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So 36 plus 64 equals hypotenuse squared. That's 100 equals 8 squared. And now take the square root of both sides. And 10 equals 8. So this length here is 10, which means this length is 10, which means my slant height right here is going to be 10. Now again, you can always pause, like if you're still working, you can pause the video or rewind it if you need to, but I'm going to erase that there. I need that space. All right, here we go. So now that we have all of the values that we need, wow, this is pretty easy. Just make your substitutions and solve. I mean, pi is 3.14. Your radius is 6, obviously. So 6 squared plus 3.14 times 6, which is your radius, times 10, which is your slant height. So real quick, I'm going to grab my calculator. And if you multiply 3.14 times 6, you will get 113.04. And then bring down your plus sign. Bring down your plus sign. And then we have 3.14 times 6 times 10, and you will get 188.4. Now let's add those two numbers together. And I'm getting 301.44. 301.44. Now it is surface area, so we do want squared for our measurement, and it's going to be centimeters squared. Centimeters squared. All right. Okay, we're going to do one more, and we'll call that a day. Oh wow, we're ending on a pretty easy one. Okay, well you got lucky. So if the video is less than 35 minutes, I guess you got a little lucky. So, and I don't think we'll have as much work tomorrow. So you will probably have a little extra free time tomorrow, which is good. I mean, nothing wrong with that. We've worked hard the whole year. So I don't think the video tomorrow will be 35 minutes looking at what we have left to go over. It might be. We'll have to just see how it goes. Okay, page 526, number 18. Page 526, number 18. Find the volume. Now listen carefully, Tara. This is the volume of a, and again, this is freezing up, sorry, volume of rectangular prism. Okay? And it's so easy. The volume equals area of base. That's what capital B stands for, area of base times the height. That's it. Area of base times the height. Now, I'm not sure why I forgot the numbers. Let me write those on very quickly. This is a 6, and this is an 8, and this over here is a 3. Okay, now are you ready? Please watch this carefully, Tara. Here's my base right here. I'm highlighting it for you right now in red. That's my base. You should be able to see that, okay, with the dotted lines. You can see which ones are in the back and which ones are in the front. So there's my base. Now it looks like a rectangle to me. Looks like a 6 by 8 rectangle. So in order to find the volume of this rectangular prism, I first of all find the area of the base. Well, the area of the base would be 48. 6 times 8. And then, of course, then it says h times the height. Well, we can see the height is right here, and the height would be 3. So the volume is 48 times 3. The volume would be 24, carrier 2, 144. Now, we're dealing with volume, not area, so now it's going to be cubic measurements. So 44 inches cubed, or 44 cubic inches, okay? I'm sorry, my stopwatch shut off. I'm not sure if I'm over or under on the 35, but that'll do for today. Just covering all kinds of basic formulas, stuff that's good for you. And I really don't feel like it'll be super hard in the exam, but it's stuff that you need to know. And you're more than welcome to write down these formulas on a sheet of paper, okay? Please be ready for a great class period tomorrow. Finish well, review tomorrow, test on Thursday, okay? Call or email if you have any questions.